What's up, guys? Aram's kit is finally here, so let's just jump in.
Welcome.
I really hope her kit's good,
hell.
honestly.
Ready for your punishment?
Hell. Punishment, huh? Okay. I really like this
You're
animation.
safe now.
The pose and
You
everything.
can do it too, right?
Aram, the guardian of Tempest Beach, a surfer's paradise, is in charge of keeping tourists safe. With charisma sharp enough to silence anyone with a single word and a dangerously captivating smile, she leaves a strong impression.
That's a good art.
They say that when this control freak blows her whistle,
Control
your body
freak.
freezes before you even realize it, and you succumb to an irresistible urge to obey.
So she is a vampire. Okay.
Aram is a 5-star fire elemental soul weaver.
Effectiveness on a soul weaver. Okay. So 114 speed. Yeah, that effectiveness has to mean something. 30% effectiveness. You don't just give that for no reason. Yeah, these are okay stats.
She has high health
She's a soul
and
weaver though,
effectiveness,
so
and can increase her health further
one or two
through
things.
her imprint concentration.
She's not an opener. I don't think so. 114 speed isn't fast
Skill
enough for an
2,
opener.
Coastal Discipline.
Okay. At the start of the first battle, if an enemy takes the first turn, grants immunity to all allies for 3 turns, and if an ally takes the first turn, grants increased effectiveness to all allies for 3 turns. After suffering an attack that targets all enemies, activates Warm Up. Warm Up gains 10 souls, grants vigor, and increases speed to all allies for 2 turns. Wow, that is a lot for its passive. So if the enemy takes the first turn, it grants immunity to all allies. This is a must-have. Okay, from that as 2 passive alone for turn 2, this is a must-have. That's an insane. Wow. Okay. If an ally takes the first turn, grants it. So if you go first, you get increased effectiveness, which basically screws over ER comps if she can cleave with her. But if you can't cleave with her, you get immunity, which basically still screws over cleave for when it comes to just debuffs. And then Warm Up. When you suffer an attack that targets all enemies, everyone gets vigor. That's such a good skill too. This is a must-have.
At the start of the first battle, if an enemy takes the first turn, grants immunity to all allies for 3 turns.
That's so crazy,
And
man.
if an ally takes the first turn,
Wow.
grants increased effectiveness to all allies for 3 turns. After suffering an attack that
I
targets
kind of wish
all
they didn't do that
enemies,
second part,
activates Warming Up.
because now it just
Upon
makes it
activating
good
Warming
for
Up,
cleave.
gains 10 soul and grants vigor and increased speed to all allies for 2 turns. Skill 3, Rapid
Alright.
Rescue.
Fires a rescue line launcher, granting an exploding weakness point to an ally except for the caster, and resetting skill cooldowns before increasing combat readiness by 60%. Okay, this skill is unaffected by cooldown increase and decrease effect. Wow. Okay, so she could do this regardless, but you can't like decrease or increase it, but she could do it regardless, so nobody can really reset her. Wow, that's pretty good. I mean, Knockwell's not going to do anything to her.
Fires a rescue line launcher, granting exploiting weak points to an ally, except for the caster, and resetting skill cooldowns before increasing combat
What does
readiness by
exploding
up
weak
to
points do again?
100%.
I keep forgetting about that. I know they added
This
this
skill
stuff.
is unaffected by cooldown, increase, and decrease effects.
Is it like increased
Skill
pen or
1.
something? I forgot what
10
it was. I'm sorry, guys. I don't think much characters have that. Attacks the enemy by whipping up the sand and has a 25% chance to inflict stun for 1 turn. Okay, there goes the effectiveness. Before recovering health of all allies proportional to the caster's max health. Okay.
And Shun. Attacks the enemy by whipping up the sand and has up to a 35% chance to inflict stun for 1 turn before recovering health of all allies proportional to the caster's max health. When
Okay.
10 soul is consumed, increases effect chance to 100%. Aram's Artifact.
This one is so-so. Let's see the artifact. Increases attack of all allies by 10%. When the ally with the highest attack ends their turn, increases combat readiness of the caster by 20%. This effect can only be activated once every 2 turns. Skill effect can only apply to one hero within a team. So when an ally with the highest attack ends their turn. Okay, so it's a combat readiness artifact. It's fine. Do you pick this over the other Soul Weaver artifacts? Who knows?
Queen's Whistle.
It's okay
The
artifact.
glistening sea foam rolling with the waves. And the sun.
Like combat readiness is
sands.
combat readiness, right?
It's always around this time of year that the girl is reminded of a certain traumatic experience. Increases attack of all allies by up to 10%. When the ally with the highest attack ends their turn, increases combat readiness of the caster by up to 20%. This effect can only be activated once every 2 turns. The artifact's skill effect can only apply to one hero within a team.
Hold your position.
I don't know if that's the best to use on her, but it's an artifact.
You're safe now.
The fiery guardian that showed up out of the blue.
That's cute.
Players will be able to meet Aram through the limited summon starting July 17th. Thank you.
Alright.
You outlived your usefulness. Now rest in peace.
It's against Harsetti first. Oh yeah, that does help against Harsetti. Huh. Okay. Yeah, I knew she was gonna like work with Hua Young, so now that makes Hua Young a good turn too to have her to pair with her. But it's like it's a duo. End of the day, it's a duo. So they're definitely gonna stop the duo. I need to build Adam. I've been hearing about a bunch of good things about Adam. I haven't built her though. This defense is sus though. Like, who really puts Destina in their defense? You know?
Time to hang up. Troublesome child.
I can't get over the fact that she only has effectiveness for the stun. Like, does she really need effectiveness? You know? It's like she only has effectiveness for that S1 stun. Her whole kit doesn't do anything outside of that. That's crazy. It's like the rest of it is a Soul Weaver kit. It's a support kit.
Ready for your punishment? Violation of safety regulations. Rules are meant to be followed.
Like, you would think that's an attack. It's an attacking S3, but it's not, which is weird. Oh, we're using Dark Corvus in arena offense? Okay. Okay.
Eternal sleep.
I mean, but what's the odds you're gonna make her that fast, though? I don't think people are gonna make it that fast. Unless you're like, what do you gain with, like, you gain the effectiveness if you cleave with her, yeah? But you need her to go, to like take a turn. So you really need to give her a lot of speed, which I don't know if you really want to.
You can do it too, right? You called for
Such a good passive.
time to hang up.
Yeah, that's the only thing she does as a debuff. Alright. So, my thoughts are as followed. She definitely needs to be getting as a turn 2 player because you definitely need her. I don't know if she's really as good as she should be for a cleave. I mean, like, the effectiveness is cool, but do you really need her to cleave? That's my question here. I would just say she's better anti-cleave. But, you know, the option's there for the people who actually are crazy enough to make her very fast. Yeah, she's basically the better of the two. Immunity whenever a person goes first. Yeah, a lot of turn 2 players have been asking for something like that, and we have it now. So that's definitely a character to get if you're turn 2. But yeah, that's the end of the video. Like, comment, subscribe, and what do you think about Aram? Let me know in the comments. So have a good one.